Hi, loved ones. TJ here to help you raise your level of consciousness, expand your mind so that you can live a life of happiness, fulfillment, abundance, prosperity, and the list goes on and on. A few videos back, we discussed how to raise your level of consciousness, what practices you can use that are practical that you can incorporate every day so that you can begin to experience the life that you desire. And one of the things, the last thing that I mentioned was love. Lead with love in all that you do. And I want to talk more about that. Let's dive deeper into love, but more about unconditional love. Now, Sadhguru says that love is a certain sweetness of emotion from within you. And I really like how he described it. That is a really beautiful way to describe love. And he says, keeping a joyful mind and a loving heart will allow you to conduct transactions gracefully. I 100% agree with that. That is something that you can choose to do no matter what. Just always living in that, and in that comes the joy from within. And when you are doing this and you have the love that you're leading with every transaction, you'll start to feel that light come back to you. But what I want to also suggest is a lot of us have trouble right now with loving ourselves. So we have to start with ourselves first. You can't love anyone else unless you love yourself. Are you willing to love the ugly, the good, and the bad? A lot of times when you have resistance against the things that are within you, it doesn't help to remove them. You want to release the resistance. You want to love on whatever that ugliness is so that you can then turn around and allow it to go. You let it go. You release it by releasing the resistance. Now, Sadhguru also suggests that there are always conditions with love, but what I say to that, in my opinion, I feel like there are boundaries. There are boundaries, and I don't feel that you necessarily have to like a person to love them. Okay, so I feel like there are boundaries, but there are not, it doesn't have to be conditions, if that makes sense. And my thought is, and a good way to start with the unconditional love of it all is, as I said in that video about raising your consciousness level, having compassion. And that's where I like to start, and also changing your perspective. Because what if, you're looking at someone and they did this really bad thing, and some people, you might feel like they do it on purpose, but you don't really know their situation, their circumstances, the thought process, what their logic is necessarily, why they came at it from this direction instead of this one. All right, so we have to have compassion for people and know that we all have our own unique patterns, and we live this life based on that, so we follow our own unique patterns like fingerprints and snowflakes. And so what one person might do may not be the same as you, and they may not go about things the same as you, but we want to have compassion for their mistakes, compassion for things that they may not know. They may not know how this is impacting someone else. And so I start with that, and it makes it so much easier to have love for them because we are all trying to figure this thing out. Am I right? Okay, so we want to have compassion that they too are finding their own way and they are going to stumble, as do we. Don't we all want each other to win? If I win, you win, I win. It's just part of that energetic exchange. Energetically, if my brother or sister wins, I win. And by brother and sister, I mean you. Okay, so, and then also, be committed to being in harmony with yourself and your fellow brethren and sister. Okay? Your fellow brethren and sisterin is what I'm trying to say. And you want to stay in the vibration of God, Source, Spirit, Yahweh, Allah, the presence that's never an absence. You want to stay in the vibration of that higher power, whatever you call that higher power, whatever that higher power is for you. And I'll repeat, you want to stay in vibration with that. And you want to practice feeling unconditional love. And you love because it's your nature to love, not because the person or people that you love are lovable. Do you understand? I hope so. I hope this video has helped you. Until the next time, live simply and be kind.